I got your plan open in Chief Architect X 12, which is the big brother of Home Designer Pro 2021. First thing I'm going to do is, so I can send this plan back to you after I've worked on it, is to program it to allow editing and in select Home Designer products. And then the next thing I'm going to do is turn all this visual garbage off. Go to display options. Go to terrain. I turn off terrain features, terrain labels, perimeter, elevation data, contours. Probably don't need dimensions. Yeah, we'll turn those off. See what else we got going on here. Well, that'll clean things up a bit. I must have missed, oh, that must be elevation data. I thought I turned that off. Let me see what the line is. CAD default. Okay. We'll turn that crap off. I mean, it's visually useful, but it's not useful for editing roofs. What is that? Roads, okay. Okay, I can see what's going on. I'm going to turn the grid off also. I never use the grid. Okay, I don't think you said, let me check. In your post, you just said you can't make roof changes. And so the first thing I want to check for, I'm going to go over here to, I don't think you can do this in Pro, but I can, and it saves time. I'm going to turn everything off, all offset. And now I'm going to turn on roofs, baseline polylines. Doesn't look like you created any, but last one I worked on, okay, I don't see anything. Very good. I'm going to go back to the working default set. Okay. Of course, you didn't say what kind of roofs you wanted. So I'm just going to click on this wall and this wall and see what you programmed into them, if anything. On the roof tab, you have not. You got the pitch at 4. I assume that's what you set up in roof, the build roof dialog. I'm going to order these to be full gables. And let's see, let me take a look at this. Not going to rebuild roofs yet. I want to look at this. I'm going to turn this to vector view, turn the color off, and turn to a vector view so I can really clearly see the roofs. Okay, well, I guess all the roofs are on because now we have a gable there. And I didn't change anything else, so there's no other changes. I'm just trying to get an idea, well, what would I do with this roof if I was designing it? Well, let's see. I'm going to check the build roof dialog. Yeah, you got auto rebuild roofs. Okay, I don't know why you couldn't get a change because I didn't have any problem. I'm also let me take another look at this. I was going to make this into gable, but I don't know what kind of style of architecture you're interested in doing. But let's, you know, you said you couldn't do it. And I believe you, I guess. Now, this is kind of asymmetric for a gable. It created a hip roof over here from here to here, and a hip roof from here to here, and that's the basic. I think, let's see, it's a covered balcony. Go back to that overview camera. Oh, I see. It's off the floor. Well, that's fine. I don't see a problem with that. The only thing I don't like about this auto roof stuff, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just ugly, in my opinion. I'm going to go over here to the build roof dialog and turn off auto roofs. And then and zoom in a little bit. I'll reshape this. Just drag that corner there. And straighten that out. I guess that's why the program did that, because that is a little kind of an awkward junction. And if we just bring this corner, use the break line tool. Oops, wrong roof plane. You only put a break there. There we go. So I can bring this down like this. I guess the reason the software did that was because otherwise you're going to get kind of a dead valley there. I'm going to try something. It's going to break this edge here right there and drag this over to the corner. I don't know if this is going to work, but I thought I'd take a look. I'm going to take this edge and join roofs tool and see if I can't join to that edge. I think it's a little bit better. Well, okay, I just went down like that. So that creates a dead valley there. That's not ideal. But I thought that what the auto roofs did was kind of ugly. If you want to change the pitch, just click on the roof plane in Pro, open the roof plane specification dialog, and change the friggin' pitch. Change it to 6 from 4. And it changes. It's just a robot. It follows orders. We'll take this one and raise it to 6. Now, everything on the thing is 412 except for these two that I changed to 612. If you wanted to make that change in the field, you could take this wall and this wall and open their dialog boxes and go to the roof tab. Where is it? There it is. And change the pitch from 4 to 6. And then rebuild roofs, which I'm going to do just to demonstrate that you can control this software and you can make it do what you want to do. Now I'm just going to build roofs. It's just telling me that the stuff I manually edited will be undone, and that's fine. See, now we'll check this roof plane here. And see, it's 6, just like I told it to in the wall specification dialog. So we'll take a final look. I think maybe you're just a new user and you didn't know what powers you had and what's available in terms of control of the software. But you have to spend some time studying the software to learn how to use it. You know, it's not just going to magically work because you say so. You have to know how to tell it how to do things. Like the terrain here is kind of goofy unless you're going to build a bridge here to the front door. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go over here to display options, and we'll go to terrain. Now I want elevation data. All its contours and so forth. I don't need that. Well, I don't see anything. Maybe it's on the. Maybe I didn't hold my mouse. Oh, elevation data. I also want terrain perimeter on. We had all those contour lines in there. I wonder, there doesn't seem to be any elevation data. Wonder how you got it to do what you did get it to do. What does that say? Seems like you'd want this area in here flat. You know, so you could drive cars into the garage and then walk over here into the front of the house. But I don't see, I'm going to check something out. I'm going to go back to the offset. I've already determined you didn't have any roof polylines. I never use those things. I dislike them. Okay, I'm going to go over here to terrain, and I want to see the elevation data and the perimeter and nothing else. I don't see any modulating terrain data in there. There's nothing there. No wonder. Okay, I turned on the reference display so I can see the house. And I think I would go here to terrain and elevation data, at least with an elevation region, and we'll send it right through there. And that's 0. And then I assume that the slopes in that direction. I'm just guessing. We'll go over here to terrain, elevation data, and I'm just going to get an elevation line and put it over here. And we'll set that at -6 feet, something like that. Then I'm going to check terrain specifications. You should have auto rebuild terrain on. Okay, good. Wow, I've never, in my 24 years of using this software, seen that error message. You're about to create, wonder why. I just have 2 values that are just slope from here to there. And then this area is flat. Let me check that. I assumed it's, okay. 0. 72, okay. I made some assumptions that were wrong about what you've done. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means, but we'll know momentarily when I go back to the overview camera. Well, that looks like Bizarro World, doesn't it? But whatever you've done is a disaster with the terrain. I'm not going to delete all that stuff you put in there, but I am going to delete the terrain perimeter. We'll create, let's see what form I'm on. I'm going to create another one. My point was, I know you may add some work in there. Well, you got your other plan to fall back on if you like it. Looks weird to me. Over edited. Terrain. I like to keep terrain simple, not complicated. Most computers, I just want a flat there in the front of the house for the garage and the front door, and then sloping towards the back. So what I assume is going on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, it's your plan. So where's the line? There we go. Put it right, almost right on the back. This one will make -10 feet. Now let's see if it's yapping again. Well, of course, that drove your, these objects are following the terrain, as are these objects. So I underestimated that. Let's go minus 20 feet. Okay, so there's the garage door. I usually set the terrain to the bottom of the door. It looks like we need to drop terrain. I'm going to leave that on, but I'm not going to go with this. I'm going to set this at, first of all, at 0. See which way it jumps. Okay, that's a little bit better. See, it's right at the bottom of the garage door, and you can just walk on the terrain and walk in the front door. And the back still needs some work. I would assume we want it flat back here. Okay, I'm going to go out of this all offset and go to default set again. I don't think, yeah, Home Designer Pro doesn't have layer sets, and they're real handy. Okay, so this floor is, let me just get a value here. I assume this is it set at 0 on the structure tab. Yeah, 0. And this floor is, I just want to get the difference between the two floors. Minus 160. Well, okay. So there's that. I think what I'm going to do is just increase that. Well, you must have that locked or something. Clicking on it, I can't select it. Oh yeah, it's locked. Okay. Now I've already destroyed your terrain, so but you've got it saved in your original plan. I'm going to move this. I'm actually going to get rid of this, except that it's locked. Yeah. Pow, pow. Okay, let me get rid of that. Got some sort of retaining wall here, so I'm gonna put in another. Let's see. I guess I could bring that back. Yeah, I'm just gonna move that back to the back of the terrain. We'll go over to terrain and another elevation region. And this one I'm just going to put right across there and up against that retaining wall. This one I'm going to put it minus 160. Same with the floor. And where's, oh yeah, overview camera. See what this looks like. Ah, better, except the pools are floating. There's that retaining wall. I hit, see, it's kind of, that's what you kind of want in the living, to serve the living spaces. You want to be able to walk out and not fall and break your neck. Now, these are adjustable as to height, so I'm not going to worry about those, but I just show you this so that, you know, maybe like this is just flat up to here. The way you can adjust that, I'm going to go, let me close this one. I'm going to take this flat region and use the brake line tool right at the edge of the garage. And we'll bring that flat up to the garage, and then we'll go back to the overview and see. I'll just show you what that did. It's okay. Didn't do anything. Go over here and Oh, wait a minute. I don't want that. It's supposed to automatically rebuild, and I don't think it rebuilt anything. There we go. That should have flattened out when I moved the flat region edge to here, and there's a flat region edge here. But, you know, I don't know what your terrain is. I'll just show you a few simple things about terrain and about roofs, and I hope that all helps you, speed you on your way. In any case, have a good day, and thanks for watching.